Hello everybody and welcome to Theorycraft Thursday. I'm here with my co-scientist Proud. Hello Proud.
Hey, what's the results of the experiments today, bud? That's what scientists call each other. They call each other bud.
Oh yeah, it's big in the science community, or the psycho as all the cool kids are calling it.
The psychos.
All our work is sponsored by the lovely people at Unicorn, UNIKRN, and Pugna, PVGNA. We'll be hearing more about those esteemed colleagues of ours later on in the show. We, of course, are everybody's favorite epidemiology podcast, and today we are going to be talking about the origins and diffusion of the land plague as relative to many lands,
Right.
specifically Captain's Draft and MagFest. Dr. Proud, excuse me, I need to use your proper title.
Could you use my honorifics, please?
Yeah, what is your, oh God, I need to I don't know enough about science to even do this freaking 60-second ad, or 60-second start. What is your opinion on the land plague, my friend?
Well, I'm just a touchy-feely guy, and if you got germs, I got them too. That's my opinion about it. That's my general opinion. You didn't ask specific to me, but that's my opinion.
It's definitely accurate. Of the small sample size we have of just Proud, that is 100% true.
I'm gonna roll
that's how
down
science
the
works,
aisles
everybody.
and not the aisles, the stands, and kind of crash on top of several humans.
So you're spreading it anyway.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm not patient 0, but I'm like patient N plus
Patient
1
2.
at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, while we're all homesick from land plagues from every land we go to, we are going to be playing Dota. So let's talk about Dota, shall we, Proud?
Shall we, Ursinity?
Gosh. Oh, okay. Week in Dota.
Such
How's the
is
week
life.
in Dota?
Well,
Gosh, it's so painful, dude. I can't even say it once now.
well, obviously
I've
I've been playing Dota.
Yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
because I've not. So you got to compensate for me.
Okay, well, so this week was Captain's Drizzle, and I had Scrunk up. He came over to my Hizzle, and we played a good amount of Dizzle. That's Dota 2. I said it twice. And it's been pretty good. It was actually very funny. Me and Scrunk, we went 3-1. We lost one Lycan game, and then we played party games, and we lost all of them. So I just kind of looked back at Scrunk, and I was like, this is why we should never play with anyone else, ever. Because we're too
That's
good.
fair.
Yes. Yeah, it's been, I don't want to say more of the same, but like really hammering home exactly, like what I'm doing and what I should be doing. I will say I did win a Skywrath game, which was very fun. I don't know why I picked Skywrath. I just kind of felt it. And we had that section on Skywrath, and it was like, let's do it. I was against a Legion. Okay, the one cool thing I did, this Legion almost got up to me and dueled me, and I just barely got my ulti off, and then she dueled me while my ulti was on top of her, and I won the duel. I was like, ugh, I'm so fucking good. I was like at, level 6 or whatever. Yeah, I've been playing Queen of Pain still. Queen of Pain is fucking she's my girl. She's my girl,
Yep.
Ursi. I love her. I've got so many builds, my friends. So I went bottle. You know why I went bottle? Because
Why?
we were against a team that had a bunch of silences, and our team didn't have a lot of magic damage. So I was like, I'm gonna need a BKB at some point. I'm gonna need a Lycan Sphere because their only single target spells were like hard disables. And I might need a Yules or a Manta to deal with all this silence, depending on how much of an issue it is. And I need to fucking get the aggression going. So no Veil. What do you do with HP regen if you don't go Veil on Queen of Pain? What do you get? You get Lycans, but I'm not going to get a Lycans first. That's wild. That's insane. So I got Bottle into Orchid so that I could just pick off this like Drow and Sand King and Shadow Fiend and Winter Wyvern before anything happened. And the bottle made it happen. The bottle let me support doing that business. So, throw one less little bit of shade on the bottle because it did its job. Yeah, then I've been playing Lycan, which we'll get into. I won a Spectre game where I was horrifically behind, and then we won because that's how Spectre works.
Yeah,
And,
that definitely sounds like my experience with Spectre in my games.
Yeah, we basically entirely sacked my lane, and they are very fortunate that I am not a player who tilts, because we managed to win anyways. But if it was like any other carry,
it was me.
They would have just fucking quit at some point. Yeah, I had like less farm than their like position 4 at some point in this game. Yeah. Actually, like 300 less farm than their 4. It was wild. It was a fucking adventure, but we won. So, you know what? That's okay. I went Spirit Vessel. That was kind of the cool thing about it. And Spirit Vessel was very good. Were you one of the people who told me about Spirit Vessel, Spectre?
I talked about it on Tuesday.
Okay, you might have. Yeah, you mentioned it. That's actually why I tried it. I was like, oh, that's a thing. And then I looked up and some people were doing it. It's like, all right, good enough. Because I was getting shit on, so most of my contribution to these team fights was I would just like launch Spirit Vessel on people and throw daggers, and like that's most of my damage. This is good.
Makes you fast too.
Yeah,
got that windlace.
Yeah, it's super nice, and you've got percentage move speed from your phase boots, and you're an Agi hero, and you've got Mantis. You've got all that business going on. It's good. I got our brew got the Radiance, so I didn't have to worry about hitting any fast timings. I just very slowly built up the Spirit Vessel into Diffusal Blade and then a Manta, and that's all I had. That was like fucking 50 minutes of Spectre, and I had like medium size items, not a single big one. It was a game.
Yeah.
But hey, sometimes you get there and it's all good.
Yeah, well, it's just like Spectre draws so much attention that it helps your other lanes a lot. Like,
yeah,
I know I've definitely lost games where it's like, yeah, we like bullied the Spectre super hard, and the Spectre's like 0-12, but all the other lanes won super well, so it's like, who cares?
Yeah, our let's see, at 10 minutes I was 300 gold below their 4, and the offlaner, their 3, who was against me in lane, is at like 3,700 net worth. But our offlaner, because they were just focusing on making me unhappy the entire game, our offlaner had like 5,000 net worth. So it's like,
yeah.
All right, our brewmaster is gonna fucking go off, hence him having the radiance before me. So that, you know, sure, whatever. That's how that went. So keep your head in the game, gamers. Don't fucking tilt. You'll win.
Yeah, my Dota this week has been nothing really too interesting. I was trying to make Lena work like desperately because on Monday we put out a Patreon exclusive that was all on Lena, and I was like, oh, I gotta play a bunch of Lena games to like get in the zone for this, and all I did was lose over and over again because Lena sucks right now.
Yeah,
I've been trying to build where, because she has like a really good mid-game power peak if you build like a Kaya and a Yules and you have phase. But the thing is, if you do the normal build with the Bloodstone, you just can't do that. So I've tried a few different variations on that. Like one of the times I started a Robe of Magi. I did Robe of Magi, 3 branch, and then 2 pool tangos.
Okay.
And then I just built, I went Mana Boots, Kaya, disassembled Mana Boots, disassembled Mana Boots, finished phase, and got a Yules. And I was like jamming on people, and that game actually I did end up winning, but all the other games I lost. And I did go back to starting Null because it's hard to start with just a Robe Magi, despite my good intentions.
That seems pretty stat light.
That was a good bulk of my Dota this week. Other than that, let's see. I decided I went in and out of like, oh, I want to learn how to play Pangolier. I want to learn how to play Night Stalker. So I played like one game of each of those, and I hated it. And I was like, nope, pass.
Okay. Other
than that, yeah, I've just been playing Rubik, basically. Every pub game, I just play Rubik if it's ranked, and if I have to play carry, I play Jug. And I've been winning my ranked games for the most part. I lost a really brutal game today, but I was on a winning streak for a while. The Dota's been good to me. I just got a little distracted with other games for this week, so I haven't been doing too much.
Yeah. I'm still on that Shakira
mostly just
train.
losing.
Similarly, you pick Rubik, I pick Shakira. Sometimes you guys support, you just get there.
Yeah. Jakiro, you can't go wrong with. Jakiro is my go-to pick if I don't pick Rubik.
Right.
But I feel like Rubik is just more fun, and I can make bigger plays on Rubik. Like, I just had a really good Rubik game today where I was against a Tusk, and I was just stealing shards, and I was so much better than that guy with his own spell. It was beautiful. The enemy team complimented me. They were like, yo, I wish you were our Tusk. And then they beat us, and I lost 25 MMR. So it wasn't that much of a high point.
You wish you were their Tusk too, I guess.
Yeah, I did. It was rough. Well, because they did the classic pick 4 tanky hero strat, and then the 5th hero just doesn't matter.
That's actually a super good strategy.
Yeah, and my team just didn't deal damage. It's like, yeah, we had a Zeus, but they built 3 BKBs, and we had a Jug that didn't fight with us. So, that's okay, but I've had good games this week.
Yeah, playing Jug against tanky heroes feels so bad unless you have a Battle Fury. Like, you just can't single target down 4 tanky people. Like, you need to AoE them.
Yeah,
and if you're just going to Omni-Slash one of them, like, all right, you're done. That was your damage. You don't. That's it. You don't got more. Sucks.
Yeah, Jug's in a weird place. Every game I play Jug, I either feel really, really good or really, really bad.
Oh, I've never felt bad on Juggernaut in my life, actually.
Well, I mean, some games it's just like, man, I just can't like Omni/anybody, and it just.
That's why you get Battle
sad.
Fury, and it doesn't matter. You just use it as a team fight skill. I don't know, dude. My Jug's been insane. I like the last game I played.
So
I
is mine.
was
I don't think I've
8-0
lost
and
a Jug
12.
game.
I just can't lose. He's just too strong.
He's real good. Yeah, I don't think I've lost a Jug game recently. It's just some games feel way stronger than others. Even though I'll have the exact same items at the exact same timing, some games it's just like, man, this just does not feel as good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't make mistakes. It's weird.
That's all right. Let's move into our segment for the week. So thinking about supporting, which ironically we're not playing any supports on the show today, but that's okay. I want to talk about mirroring enemy support matchups, which is a phrase that you'll hear in casts and you hear in
you say
like in
matchups or like rotations.
Sorry, mirroring support movements.
Movement. There we go.
So yeah, and it's something that I feel like it's a simple concept, but a lot of people don't think about it. They think like, oh, well, you know, my mid will be fine. Like, it's only 2 people. They're not really ganking him. Or, oh, like, I really need to help my safe lane out instead, even though, you know, the enemy Night Stalker is ganking my mid or the enemy Night Stalker is pressuring my off lane, whatever. And this is something that you see if you look at heat maps of where heroes are in like high MMR games. It's all about mirroring enemy support movements. Generally, each team will have 1-5 in their safe lane, helping their safe lane. Depending on matchups, ideally they'll be zoning the offlaner, but sometimes that's just not possible, especially with the whole new offlane pull thing. Like some supports just can't deal with that. Like if you're playing Oracle, like the guy's just gonna get his pull off. Like there's nothing you can do. Like you just gotta accept it. So, but the 4s are all about mirroring, right? If the enemy bounty hunter is ganking your mid laner, your 4 should also be ganking their mid laner. And that's why you see these standoffs in mid in a lot of games, both in pros and in pubs, where you see, like, all right, it's like an Ogre Magi and a Shadow Fiend versus a Death Prophet and a Night Stalker. And it's just like, neither team's killing each other, but they need to be there so that neither team initiates the kill, right?
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, but like it's not like you should do exactly what the other mid. Like you should never by default be, you know, player 2 in a game of Simon Says. Like ideally, you're fucking the one setting the pace, unless you're like a shaker or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a dynamic that, depending on what the heroes are, right? If it's a Night Stalker, it will set the pace, like you said. But if you are an Earth Shaker, you have to respect his pace setting ability and respond to it, right? So it's about mirroring enemy support matchups is a lot about knowing where the power spikes of different heroes are and just map awareness of saying, all right, like if this Spirit Breaker is going from top lane and he's charging all the way to bottom lane, that means I don't need to TP there for a solid 15 seconds, which means I can like put pressure on mid, and then once the Spirit Breaker is actually getting into my safe lane, then I can respond to it. Or, you know, I know, oh, he just got bottom rune and it was an invis rune. I need to be in mid lane, but I can smoke up behind the tower, and then when he ganks my mid laner, I can hook him, right? Because this mirroring concept is a lot about the effective mirroring, I should say, is about knowing where they're going to be before they are there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like reactionary defensive support plays definitely, like, it's good to do, and if you are aware of what the rotations are going to be, you can totally surprise them. And like, you know, let's say they're diving your Shadow Fiend and there's a lion that's just sitting in the, you know, the radiant trees near their tier 1, like in that little bubble of trees, and like, you know, while they're diving the Shadow Fiend, boom, they both get stunned, and then they're under tower and they both die. Yeah, that's definitely super good. If you are going to be mirroring them, I would definitely emphasize them not knowing it, because if you're just doing what they're doing, on average, you can view that as like a trade, like an equivalent trade.
It's like a wash.
Yeah, a wash. But if you have the element of surprise, then you have the opportunity to turn it into like a net positive. Otherwise, you know, you're just gambling. It's like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, maybe we'll just both back off. But if you have at least one element in your favor that's not just, you know, 2 people running their fucking heads against each other, then you're like in a decent position. Yeah,
and it there's also, of course, like mirroring enemy sports matchups or saying matchups. Movements is sometimes that's not even the right play. Like sometimes you say, all right, like their 4 is ganking my mid, but my mid's a DK, so there's no sense in mirroring that movement. The better play there is to pressure the offlaner or to gank their safe lane or whatever. So it is primarily the way I'd summarize the concept essentially is from the get-go, you have to look at and say, all right, am I going to be able to set the pace here or are they? Once they set the pace, how am I going to react to that? And or can I react to that, right? If you're playing... I feel like we just got to crapple over CM every time this show comes out. So let's use CM as an example.
There were those like panel... There were like pro panels or whatever. We asked questions and I was at a couple of them, and like every single time someone asked like who's like a bad hero, and we were just like CM sucks. Like thank you, vindication. CM's the fucking worst hero in the game. I swear to God, she's not, but she's really fucking bad. Oh she's the one game sure. that I lost on. I think it was a Monkey King loss. Oh, no, was it OD? It was some kind of piece of shit game. Our supports were, it was CM and Undying. Like the most fucking worthless heroes in all of Dota 2, just as our only supports. And then our offlane's a Doom. So it's like one person not going to have fun. The rest of them, whatever the fuck they want to do. It was some shit.
Yeah. So using CM as an example, if you're playing CM and the enemy is like, let's see, and the enemy mid lane is like a Death Prophet, and they have a Spirit Breaker that's ganking. If you mirror that, like if the Spirit Breaker comes in, if you react to that, you're going to do nothing, right? So you may as well do something elsewhere.
You're slow as shit.
Yeah, exactly. You're a very deficient.
You're just going to be walking back and forth in the jungle in between their respawn times.
Yeah. So that's the sequence where you're better off not reacting and just pinging and saying like, "Hey, dude, you're getting ganked," or just saying, I can't do anything.
Shadowfiend's dying into the tier 2, and I'm pinging him like, "You're getting ganked! Watch out!"
Yeah. Whereas if you're a Shadow Shaman, you can respond to that, and then you hex one and shackle the other, and then bam, you got kills. Yeah, so it's about knowing, and similarly, if you're playing the Spirit Breaker, all right, it's my job to set the tempo, and they have to react to my movements rather than me reacting to theirs. And it is just about analyzing that, and that's something you can do from the get-go. Like right when a game starts, you can say, all right, am I on a hero that can be super active and can set the pace of the laning phase with my rotations? Or vice versa, am I a hero that either excels in reactive play, like Lion that used earlier? He's a really good example of a really good reactive hero. And then there are heroes that suck at reactions, like CM or Undying. If you get ganked and an Undying TPs to help you, that doesn't help you. Like, who cares? This guy should just not have even come. So yeah, that's in theory.
He may get a return kill on a support that has taken 75% damage from a tower.
Maybe that's the dream.
Yeah. That's if you're lucky.
Yeah. So try to do that in your pubs. I feel like it's something that a lot of people are listening to this and saying like, yeah, I do that. And then in reality, you don't do that. Like I don't do that as much as I should. And that's a problem. I was playing Night Stalker the other day, and it was something that, because I watched the replay after because it was just such a terrible early game, even though I had a really strong mid game. And I was like, I just was never in the right place. And it's really easy to know where the right place is on certain heroes, especially fours in a lot of cases, is because you should be where the action is. Like the whole point of playing Night Stalker is to be actionable, is to be in action oriented. So if you're not there, like clearly I did not play this game right. I did not mirror the matchup, or I did not abuse the fact that I was not mirroring the movement, stuff like that.
Sure.
Anything else to add before we hop into our second really tiny segment?
No, I mean just the thing to think about, like in terms of what you should do as a support. Just think about what their supports are doing at any given time. That's like the biggest factor that isn't immediately like intuitive to you. Like if you don't see where their supports are, you should do something. If their supports just killed your offlaner, you're probably safe for a while. But most of your movements, if you don't have any particular goal in mind, are going to be dictated by what their supports are doing. So, keep that shit in mind if you're sitting around like, oh, what do I do? Like, what are their supports doing? Maybe you got to do something about that. Or maybe just zone your safe lane because the fucking offlaner is getting experience and this 7-0 shouldn't be happening.
Yep. All right. So yeah, just be conscious of it. That's really at the end of the day, all these concepts that we talk about every week, half the battle is just being conscious of the fact that you should be doing something or that there is a problem. So be conscious of it, and eventually it will apply itself just subconsciously. So our other really short segment was actually a question that got sent to us from Teach Me Tuesday, or with other Teach Me Tuesday questions, but it's a question we get a lot for Theorycraft Thursday. So we want to talk about it briefly. Ashton S. asked, Frequently, you both complain about bad teammates, which we all get in pubs, but they'll be uncooperative and counterproductive to the team. This really doesn't allow you to discuss how viable your theories are on hero builds or pairings, which I feel was the most productive part of Theorycraft Thursday. Is this intentional to reflect how some and or most of our Dota 2 games will go? I feel like the most productive part of the show would be to hypothesize what hero combinations and builds work best together and practice it in a match between a team that would cooperate like a 5-stack from this Fourth Spirit community. What are your thoughts? So this is something in different ways we've been asked. I don't know. I've probably maybe a half dozen times I've talked about this with people individually, but we thought it would be good to talk about on the show. Because again, this is I think it's a legitimate question. So I'm proud. You said that when I pitched this, you said you had a 1-sentence answer to this question. So give your 1 sentence and then I'll
because
extrapolate.
that would bias it because we're not talking about running a 5-man team composition because you'll never get to dictate that in a pub, but you will have one friend that you get to, decide what you guys are going to run together, or maybe 2 friends. But I mean, if we, that's it. This is, for oh, hey, try this in your pubs, not get 5 friends together and play captain's mode. Yeah, like Pro said, that's really it. It is. We've done 5-stack episodes. Maybe
when
a
we
handful
did the
of
Drow
times.
strat, because that's an entire 5-man team composition. A Drow strat isn't just I have Puck, I have Drow. A Drow strat is I have an offlaner that has some blink disabled that can zone for me. A 4 that can do some kind of lancing disable so we can catch people. A 5 that can save my Drow, and a mid that can lane dominate with Drow aura, and then a Drow. That's a Drow team. So if something does require a 5-man composition, sure, I'll try to make friends and try to be able to actually fill out a 5-man team. But besides that, we're just a couple of boys trying to play a fun pub of 2.
Yeah, I think to add to that, I would say we want to put all our combos that we suggest in very realistic situations, right? So that, if we play, today we're playing Lycan Beastmaster, if it just goes horribly and we realize that it was a bad combo for whatever reason, which, generally we do combos we know are good. But if we realize it's a bad combo, then the listeners know also, hey, this is why it didn't work. This is why I shouldn't pick X and Y, or conversely, this is why I should pick, Shadow Shaman when I have a Lycan on my team, and this is why I should pick X and Y. So it's about making the show as applicable to your pub games as possible. And people are very frequently playing in 1s or 2s, but they're less frequently playing in 5 stacks. So yeah, we don't want to stack the deck, essentially.
Yeah.
Because that would be a bit dishonest. I think people would notice if it was if we just had a winning streak of 10 weeks in a row at Theorycraft Thursday, I think people would start to be like, man, these guys are just abusing the system. So yeah, that's the gist of it.
And there have been weeks where we've lost games because not because, but in part because our teams were just super fucking shitty. But part of that is that, we did something like we picked Skywrath as a support. And Skywrath's good, but you can end up in a team with no hard disable that a BKB can't break.
Yeah.
So it's part of it. Hey, this is a good combo, but if you don't have, an Earthshaker 3 and a Clockwork 4, people are just gonna fucking walk away from you, and it's gonna suck. So yeah.
Yeah. That's about that. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question adequately.
Right.
Let's move
the
on to
other
our
thing
combo
you were
of the
saying
week.
you were saying on Tuesday that was bothering me was make it or break it. You said that about 5 times in 10 minutes.
Did that make or break the show for you?
It actually did.
I'm glad.
It made it because I was I can give you shit later.
Well, when I'm trying to micromanage, all right, I gotta sequence this segment into the next one and do all these little things.
You're doing fine now. It was that's right. No, you were hosting Peachy. Nah, well, you do it anyway. What kind of shit is this?
I do it anyway. Yeah.
This is what the fuck.
It's just a weird habit. I notice
you're just so busy trying to fill up more space with your words that you're just any sentence will do. Give it to me. I'll throw it out there.
I don't know about filling space. It is kind of filling space rather than saying I don't know, or leaving silence. But who knows? Well, someday we'll consult with a linguist. And I'm telling you, dude, the shot caller idea was so good.
What?
I just got to get a shot caller that shocks
I think you said
me.
shot caller, and I was like, are we talking about a team all of a sudden? What is this?
No, the shot caller idea is so good.
Okay.
Someday, I don't know, dude. Because once I stop saying "shall we," I'm gonna start saying some other phrase. It means the same thing.
No, you'll just grow as a person and like gain a skill.
That seems unlikely. All right,
well,
that's not in my 2018 resolution.
Yeah, no, okay.
All right, so for this week's show, we're gonna be playing Lycan, who we talked about last week, and we promised we'd do this week. And Proud, you've played Lycan for a long time.
I'm a big
and I've
Lycan
played
boy.
Beastmaster for a long time. And when I say that, I mean I play him occasionally. So let's get into your expertise with Lycan before.
Can I say my favorite little Lycan comment or observation? It said a lot at TI. It's that Lycan eats ass. Because if you ever watch him in a fight, people are just running from it, and he's continually chomping on their butts. Because that's the level that his face is at. So anytime you're fighting with Lycan, and just remember, Lycan eats ass.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Now that we've had a sufficient awkward pause for that, again, we talked briefly about it last week, but let's go in depth with your experience playing around with the new Lycan build and also touch on the build a little bit.
So the new 707 came out, and I was like, whoa, Lycan's crazy. And he was, and I won a bunch of games, and then people weren't playing him, so I wasn't either. But now people are playing him again, and I'm like, whoa, Lycan's crazy. And I'm playing him again.
I even played a game of Lycan, which is rare.
Yeah, that's new.
That's how good this build is.
I guess if you want my like full history on Lycan or whatever, there was like how he was back in the day. Then there was after they added talents. I was screwing around with a lot of when I was doing Phase Boot Sven, I was also doing Phase Boot Lycan and going Helm of the Dom when Helm of the Dom was good. But after that, like my last iteration of Lycan, I was going like I'm gonna say it's like Phase Wand and then just straight up a fucking Echo Saber and Deso and then a BKB after that and then AC. But man, Lycan with Echo Deso, you just rush that shit. You're like losing real bad and then hits 20 minutes and you got Echo Deso on a Lycan. Oof, daddy, that's some business right there. That'll really eat your ass up. That was great.
Okay, yeah.
That's gone now. I loved that. It's gone now and I hate it because Deso sucks.
So it is gone, and what has replaced it, and why? Why do you think that went by?
Well, did you ask me why I think that went away?
Well, I mean, it's kind of connected, right? Why are people doing this HOD Necrobook thing instead of
people were never
what
doing what I was doing, so that's kind of a different point. But people stopped doing the Mask of Madness stuff because Mask got nerfed several times. But the biggest thing, buddy, is have you taken a good look at Necronomicon lately? Because it's mad fucking good. I'm sure if anyone knows anything, they know that Necrobook is mad fucking good.
It's great. Best item.
It's so good.
Big fan.
So Lycan's oldish. Like Lycan has mana issues, and Necro just gave you Int. Like Int doesn't fucking help. It just gives me bigger, but it goes away just as fast. But Necrobook now gives me mana regen. Gives me a bunch of it. All of it that I could desire. And then like Strength. I'm a hero with a % damage increase, and that's only base damage and strength. Increase my base damage. So it gives me 20 strength as opposed to the fucking like 8 it used to. And you want to know another fact about it? You want to know one more?
I would love to.
Well, at level 3 Necrobook, your little boy, your little blue friend, your little blueberry princess, they've got a purge. It's a slow and it's a purge. So you know what a major issue with Lycan is? It's Ghost Scepter, because you're all physical. You're Wolverine. You're going to slash through him. But hey, what if you're dealing with Kitty Pryde, who can go, have an incorporeal state? You can't do that with claws. But if you have a little blue friend, like if Nightcrawler was the blue friend, if this Necronomicon was the friend instead of Nightcrawler, you could just purge Kitty Pryde, and then in some kind of Old Man Logan situation where you have to kill all the X-Men because Mysterio is, tricking you, you'll be able to do it. So
I think I followed that.
The purge is really good. That's the point, because you used to sometimes have to go like Diffusal on Lycan, and Lycan's not an agi hero, so that's obviously fairly inefficient. But now like literally every item that you need is all wrapped up in Necronomicon. Like Vlad's inside the Necro now, Diffusal inside the Necro now, something to make you tanky inside the Necro now. It's all there.
It's all there. It's great. Necronomicon is just the beautiful golden child of Lycanthrope right now. It's very strong. And then in addition to that, you can fill even more of your weaknesses with the Helm of the Dominator, which has slowly been made better and better because it's been turned more into a aura item than just a regular old business item.
Yeah. And it's super cheap, right? Then the buildup is great also, so you can get it.
It's fine. I don't want to, let's not get crazy here, but yes, it's fairly workable.
I mean, you can get it super fast because of all these like piecemeal small items.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're not that's certainly true. And you don't have to get treads at any point in time because your Dom is going to take care of your attack speed. That's kind of one of the old things that like one of the other things that was rather one of the things that made the Deso kind of thing work for me pretty well was that I could get, Midas or Helm of the Dominator to take care of my attack speed to, make the phase boots work. But then we started going fucking like Mask of Madness and Armlet, and I was like, I need treads. This sucks, but hey, if you got the Dominator, we're using the Dominator again, so you can just chill with them brownies, chill with them brown boots.
Yeah,
I might even go back to phase because phase is good.
Oh man, I don't play much Lycan, but I play a game here and there, and I do. I was playing this week, and I felt so bad without phase, but I knew phase was wrong in my heart of hearts. I was like, I need treads.
I don't know,
But then I was walking into myself, and I was like, wow, this sucks. I hate this game.
Yeah, you walk into your units pretty often. I'll probably go phase this game just to try it out. But I mean, most of the time when I'm playing Lycan, I skip the treads, and then I finish them when I feel like I want to. But I don't know. You get, let's see. So I get, it's like Dom, Necro, BK. It's like, yeah, Dom, Necro, BKB, AC. I'm fine. I'm going to get my Hyperstone right after the BKB. I might as well just pick up them phase boots.
I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So it is like, what's the reason why this build is so good? Obviously we've gone over the items, but what's the tempo? Because it's a really forceful build. That's my experience with it, at least.
Yeah. So as we've said as I've said several times across different podcasts, one of the main aspects about playing safe lane this patch, and one of the things you want to play to is, of course, there's all this gold in the lane now. And so what the best heroes that take advantage of that are heroes that can now more reliably get some big kind of transformative item straight from the laning phase. So when Anti-Mage was super popular before, we nerfed him into the fucking ground. He was very good because between the Battle Fury being cheaper and the creeps giving more gold, you could reliably get your Battle Fury done in the laning phase. Same thing with Juggernaut, it's not viable on Monkey King, all that shit. We're even seeing Slark Battle Furies, Troll Battle Furies is decent enough. There's a lot of heroes that are kind of changing up their build, not only just because Battle Fury is cheaper, but because the idea is that you want to get some kind of big thing with this extra gold that you now get from the laning phase. And Lycan is pretty similar, only instead of a hero like, Juggernaut or Luna with her Mask of Madness and Aquila and all that stuff, you're just going to get something that's going to end the game instead of it being a farm accelerant. So it's kind of like if every hero is going for a farm accelerant right out of the laning phase, someone who's going for a pushing item is going to have their effectiveness kind of amped up by that. Because you're going to fight very early, and they're taking what's not necessarily the greedy option. It's like the default amount of greed now. But in comparison, it leaves them kind of open to be abused. And then if you can get all that, space down and push down all their towers and restrict their map as much as possible, then this Anti-Mage Battle Fury doesn't look so great if Anti-Mage can't even, walk past his base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any, so with the HOD, I've seen different suggestions for what units pick up. When I was playing it, I know I picked up 4 different units and had good experience with all of them. What is your preference? If you had to make a priority list of first, second, and third best, what would they be? I could give mine while you think, because you're gonna have the better answer.
Centaur number 1.
Oh wow.
Troll number 2. I don't really
include catapults.
Well, I mean, if you're pushing, sure, but that doesn't matter.
I mean, I like the catapults get way good. I wouldn't put them at first or second, that's for sure.
Well,
but
yeah. I mean, if there's not a catapult is not going to help me in combat whatsoever. So if I am getting a creep, it's like, okay, the situations where one is to get a catapult are pretty much situations where there is nothing else to get. Unless, like, you know, I'm defending my tier 2 bottom and then I'm going to push the Radiant bottom and I've got like a year and a half to walk, but I really do want this one catapult that just so happens to be there. But in general, like, unless the enemy team is dead, I'm not going to get a catapult when I still have to walk over to their side of the map. I'm going to get a centaur and then I'm going to, you know, wolf form, run at them and then stun them and then kill them. And then it doesn't matter what fucking creep I have. They're dead. Their base is going to die. I'm lycanthrope.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, like I you know, if I'm pushing the, like at 10 minutes, if I have my Dom up, I'm gonna, I guess, you know, like 11 is when their catapult will get there. Or like, you know, 11:45 or 10:45. Anyway, I'll mind control their catapult when my catapult is there, and then we'll push down their tower real quick. But, you know, if I'm like outside of that kind of situation where I'm just trying to take down a tower like uncontested, I'm pretty much just gonna look for a troll or a centaur, and if not that, a little rock golem, and then if not that, whatever the fuck I can find.
Man, the rock golems, this is like
they're
kind
good.
of a tangent, but their damage is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got ganked by some enchanter spammer, and they had a rock golem, and then the rock golem died, and then he hit me with two more golem.
It's so
golem
easy to do that with Lycan
ones.
too, because with the Dominator,
you can disassemble.
Well, you can't disassemble Dominator.
You can.
Can you? Do it now?
You can.
I don't think. Can you?
Do you have to drop it then? I forget. There's a way.
No, you just mind control something else, and it'll.
Oh, and then it explodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, maybe
sense.
you drop it now. That maybe. But I mean, yeah.
No. You can't. I mean, you can drop it, but it doesn't. Because remember the way that you defend against megas is you make walls with.
Yeah,
those
and they disabled that.
Oh, they did. Okay, so maybe dropping it will explode the golem anyway. Yeah. But yeah, they do like the stones deal like 125 damage each or some ridiculous thing like that.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Like I just vividly
you can't
remember.
Disassemble it. Let's give this one a shot. All right, let's drop it, Naga. What happens? Nothing. If I destroy it, it'll break. So maybe
nice.
That's really strong. I mean, did the Enchantress have a Dominator? Because that's doubtful.
No, I think they just diving under
expired.
tower. So the tower just killed the thing.
But anyway, yeah, you just mind control
it's
a
lot
new
of
thing,
damage.
and that's how you can do it on Lycan. It's very easy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, your list is Centaur number 1, Troll number 2.
Yeah, and then Ogre.
I feel like the Frost Ogres are wild good.
Oh no, I mean not the Frost Ogre, the Stone Boy. I don't want any of these defensive dudes. Like, the reason I get this Dominator is so I, like, you know, Lycan is not balanced around having a stun, right? Lycan, whether or not you have 8 armor doesn't really factor into Lycan's balance. Like, you can have it, you cannot have it. It's not going to radically, like, you want to be running up and eating people's asses. You don't want them to, like, face towards you and, like, you know, like, smash each other's armory chests together and then, like, you know, sniff your chest hair. Like, that's not what Lycan's about. Lycan doesn't want to fucking smooch. Lycan wants to eat ass.
Yeah, my experience playing Lycan, my favorite, but was definitely the Troll Summoner. I like the net at range. Yeah, and the net pierces BKB, which is real handy in the late game, mid game.
I've been doing Dom against Bristle, and it's so fucking, or not Bristle, Pangolier. It's so great. I went Dom on Jakiro.
Dude, that's so good.
And he's just like, I'm rolling, and then whoop. This is nope.
Not anymore.
Nope. No more of that shit.
Man. Can you believe that ult has a 40-second cooldown? Oh my god.
Yeah, I can believe it.
And it lasts like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it doesn't last any seconds if you have a fucking Dominator.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It did take me a while to find one, though. It's like, guys, please, if you see one, let me know. And my fucking shitty-ass dragon is, like, gallivanting about just looking for one troll. Never found it.
Yep. Any other? So let's talk about Lycan skill builds also with this, because Lycan skill build is what I mess up most frequently.
How could you possibly mess it up? How bad are you?
At Lycan, really bad.
Well, it's simple. What do you think you do?
Okay, so you get Fell Impulse level 1, right? And then you get, or you get. Do you get Howl level 1?
If I have a Shadow Fiend on my team, I'll Howl. If it depends on my mid laner's matchup. If they
are going to, if it's going to be like very right click oriented and their first wave matters a shit ton, I'll get Howl level 1. And then I'll get 2 pretty quickly, and I just Howl as soon as I get to the wave, and it's almost like I have Feral Impulse anyways.
Okay, that makes sense. And then anyway, I get like a second point in Feral Impulse at 3,
Yep.
and then I max Wolves.
Uh-huh. No, wait, what? No, you max Impulse, then Wolves.
Do you max Impulse and then Wolves? See, this is what I'm confused by. Is because, like, I want to have Wolves, but I also want to have Impulse.
Why do you want Wolves?
Well, because you want to have the 4 Wolves, like, similar timing to your HOD. That way you can take your tower.
Wolves don't take your tower. They got, like, 300 health, and they die in 2 shots.
Yeah, but, I mean, you don't let them get hit.
They do, like, 20 damage. Whatever. If you don't have Feral Impulse, your Wolves don't do anything.
I guess that's fair.
You know what you do to take your tower?
Does
You summon your
give Wolves
damage? Dude, it gives everyone damage. That's why you build units on this kid. Because they all get Impulse.
Oh, okay, yes. Bonus damage, 48%.
48%. Look at all that. That's a huge number. And, I mean, what you do with your Wolves to take a tower isn't punch the tower. It's to drag the enemy creep wave away. And then you're good. And then if you level them up too much, then they'll be invisible. You can't even do it.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, I mean that makes sense.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you do a lot of things on Lycan, but yeah, like just Feral Impulse is just too fucking good, and you need that HP regen to be, like jungling and not die and kill people. Because the way you're gonna, I mean, as I said, the way you're gonna kill people is you're gonna turn Shapeshift on, and you're just gonna run around eating ass. I never said Lycan's dogs eat ass. I mean, they do, but not well. They nibble it, but Lycan eats it. He fucking consumes that shit. But that's because he has Feral Impulse.
Yeah, I was always confused just because even like I've been scrolling through all the 6K plus Lycan games, and it's just a crapshoot. Like some people have Wolves maxed by 7, other people have Feral Impulse maxed by 7 and 2 points Wolves. Some people have no points in Howl; they only get Feral Impulse and Wolves.
You can do 0 Howl if you want to. I find my team is always mad if I don't get Howl, and Howl really helps you take towers. And also, I really like to have it level 1 so that my mid laner like wins the opening wave and then wins the entire lane off that. Like I think that's just a huge thing you should do.
Some dudes don't even get Wolves until this guy doesn't get Wolves until 11.
I mean, there are a lot of people that start playing heroes when they're popular and they don't really know what to do, or they start doing what used to be good. Like, it wasn't until I was aware of what Lycan players are doing that I stopped getting 2 Impulse and then Max Wolves. Like that was my build for a while. Sometimes I do 3 if I really needed the HP regen, but then it was like, okay, I actually have good Lycan players' permission now to max Feral Impulse. Like this is what I wanted to do anyways, but now I know that I won't get like shamed. But people who haven't played in a while are just like, oh, Lycan, the wolf guy. I'm going to get the wolves. What else would I get? I'm the wolf guy. But yeah, like you get Impulse. You're the Impulse guy now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Any other big things on Lycan you want to talk about?
You gotta be careful.
Okay.
Because sometimes it won't work. Some of the things you're doing won't work. Like anytime you pop your ulti and you get out your little Necronomicons and you go chasing, you go hunting for some ass to eat. Sometimes you just run too far, nothing works, and then you're sad and you lose it and then you die. So pay attention to your shapeshift duration. Like if you don't have a kill and you've got like a third left, that third is gonna be used for getting the fuck away. So if you keep chasing deeper, you're just gonna turn into an angry Hugh Jackman. And as we all know, like angry Hugh Jackman takes a while, but Logan dies. Spoilers.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's not Wolverine anymore.
Yeah.
It's because he's alone and his wolf form is gone.
Yeah, he's died. Spoilers.
I actually have not seen that movie yet, so that is actually a spoiler.
Well,
I don't
guess
care.
what? He lives.
Okay. I don't know the answers to these questions. Okay, anyway, let's move on from all the weird X-Men metaphors. I don't know what the question was. Do you have anything else to talk about Lycan for?
I mean, we'll talk about talents and shit later after the game. Okay. You want to talk about your boy?
Yeah, let's talk about Beastmaster. So Beastmaster is one of the few offlaners that I truly enjoy playing, and he's gone through a lot of iterations in builds. And you were talking about this earlier, which is why we ended up playing this hero, where nowadays people are just skipping animals entirely.
Yeah, we don't like animals anymore.
Yeah, or they're getting like 1 point animals for some ungodly reason I can't imagine.
Stupid as shit.
But this is something that I definitely understand because the last few times I've played Beastmaster, that level 1 boar sucks. It's just terrible. All it does is feed gold. And you get it at level 1 as though it's going to do something, but instead
you don't get it at level
zoned.
1. You get axes at level 1.
Yeah, I've seen people get it at level 1, and I have also mistakenly got it at level 1.
They're just dumb, Sam. That's just a dumb person right there. Apologies to any Beastmaster, you just didn't know. But the person that Sam's talking about, that person in particular, was just plain dumb.
Yes. Anyway, so the level 1 boar is just bad, and level 2 boar is also pretty bad, unless they have if they have a zoner that is just completely deficient, like I don't know, a Crystal Maiden. Then
that hero sucks.
Then the boar is okay. But if they have a hero, a 5 that's zoning like a Rubik or, God forbid, a Shadow Shaman, he's just going to 2-shot your boar. So you're just feeding 13 to 16 gold over and over again. So with that known, I just stopped playing Beastmaster because I was like, man, this sucks. Like, my boars are just bad.
Yeah, I played 3 games of Beastmaster when the patch came out and was like, this is dope good. And then it stopped being good. So then we stopped playing him.
Yeah, and the axes getting buffed was something I was super excited about when 7.07 hit. That was like one of my favorite patch notes because they were changed. They have stacking damage now, and Inner Beast is just a really cool ability. And it really harkens back to when I used to play mid, like in Dota 1 days and like in early Dota 2, where I'd play mid Beastmaster, and you'd go like carry items and like stun lock people.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly not going to be doing that anymore, but it was very fun. And this new build is essentially you're maxing, or not even essentially, it's a literal, you max Wild Axes and Inner Beast, and of course you get ult 6. And it means that you are able to last hit during the first wave or pull with your Wild Axes. You also deal really good harass to the enemy mid laner. You have good gank potential depending on what your roaming supports are. You have good jungling potential also if you get super zoned and have a really hard time. You can just stack and keep taking stacks with Wild Axes. Also, Wild Axes are super cheap now. They're only 80 mana. And with the damage amp, it's a lot of damage that you can get on top of people. And you also have Inner Beast, which just makes you and your allies attack super fast. So it synergizes well, specifically with Lycan, in that I'm essentially giving you and all your creeps a free Hyperstone's worth of attack speed, right? It's 45 attack speed at max.
Yeah, which is 10
and it's a big AoE too.
Yeah, it's big. It's not just me, it's all my units, and we've got my Helm of the Dom Aura. So we're just having a grand old time. It's great.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dom Aura doesn't stack. Otherwise, because normally, I mean, not normally, but a lot of people build Dom on Lycan.
Well, now you're free to build good items.
On Beastmaster. Yeah, I'll probably just go standard, like maybe Tranquil's Magic Wand, Soul Ring, Blink, or I could get a Necro Book. We could have 2 Necro Books.
We could.
Maybe I get a Solar Crest. Oh, no, of course,
you get a Necro Book. What the fuck? Like, Beastmaster always gets Necro.
Yeah.
I mean, you get Blink Necro or Necro Blink, one of the two.
Yeah. Probably it depends how the game goes. And then I really like Solar Crest, so I'll probably build a Solar Crest. I could also get a Vlad's for us in like the mid game, because Beastmaster is one of those heroes where he really needs a couple items, but after that he has a lot of freedom, right? Like you need Blink and you need a Necro Book, and then obviously you need Boots. But after that, you can kind of do whatever the heck you need, right? You need a BKB, buy it. You need a Solar Crest, buy it. You need a Refresher Orb so you can double ult people, buy it. So I can afford to just get a Vlad's, and we can just do a tempo push at like 25, 30 minutes. Probably 30, because I'm not going to farm probably that fast. It's just really cool. I'm excited to play Beastmaster.
You could get a
Last
pipe.
time I played Beastmaster, I fed because I forgot that Wild Axes cut down trees, and so I was hiding trying to get XP, like how before you were doing the offlane
story,
pull.
and you you axe to get a fucking, I mean, someone else probably does. I mean, most people don't even fucking listen to shit. I could be saying whatever the fuck right now.
No, I definitely remember saying this story now that you...
Oh, no, I know that you do, but I'm saying most people probably don't remember it. I just remember because I just think a lot about you. And it was, you were sitting in the trees... minding your own business, actually not really, and you were trying to murder something.
Not at all.
Not at all similar to minding one. That's murder. That's interacting with a being. And then you used it to get a CS, and hey, it revealed you, and then you died.
Yeah, so I hopefully will not be doing that tonight when we play our game.
Yeah. Make a good VOD, though.
Ideally, you get a tempo kill, or you get a kill at 6, right when you get your ult. That would be nice. It remains to be seen. you basically need to be alone against the enemy safelaner. It's pretty hard to kill people if their supports are there. But if my supports rotate, it'll be easy, and if they don't, maybe I could get it anyway. I'm looking forward to bullying with wild axes. It's going to be fun.
What if I rotated?
I'm just looking forward in general. And then, I guess, yeah, we'll talk about talents after the break. Anything else, Proud?
Lycan also Lycan often gets a pipe in place of the BKB that I like to go, because then you can just end the fucking game. So we'll probably get a pipe at some point between the two of us. Anyway, let's play a Dota 2 game.
All right, so before we get into that, let's do some quick housework, shall we? Yeah. Maintenance. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Anyway, today's sponsors are Unicorn. That is UNIKRN. Unicorn is everyone's premier esports outlet. Unicorn has totally legal and free-to-play esports betting everywhere, as well as real money betting. If you live in the UK or Australia, you can earn betting tokens and Unicoin gold to use on cosmetic item raffles just by playing games like Dota 2, League of Legends, CSGO, and you have to play ranked though. So nowadays I can only play ranked. I find I literally sat in queue for 8 minutes today trying to find unranked. I just gave up and played ranked. So that's netted me a lot of Unicoin gold that I did not expect to have, because normally I'd play way more unranked. Other than that, the Unicorn also has plenty of other Dota 2 content, including articles, pro-meta analyses, guides to new patches when they go live, and common esports interest pieces from people like Gorgon and many others. Unicorn also has Connect that I mentioned earlier, CONNEKT. That's their service where you can earn gold just by playing your games, and then you can trade in said gold for tickets to raffle tickets, I should say, for cosmetics. If you want to get Dota cosmetics, you can. CS:GO cosmetics are generally more expensive because of the nature of CS:GO. So you might want to play Dota 2 games.
What's that supposed to mean?
You might want to play Dota 2 games to get Unicoin gold, and then use said Unicoin gold on CS:GO items, and then sell CS:GO items so that you can get Dota items.
Whoa.
Might be a little roundabout, but I think that might be legit.
Okay.
Then again, I assume more people are entering the raffles for the CS:GO things.
Insane.
Who knows? I certainly don't. You can learn all about them at unicorn.com, UNIKRN.com, and Connect is CONNEKT. You can find that at unicorn.com/connect, CONNEKT. Thank you for your sponsorship, Unicorn.
CONNEKT. This is for your esports betting. I couldn't find anything that rhymes with KT.
Tunstall. Anyway,
what?
That's a joke. There's a singer named KT Tunstall. She had a song, Black Horse in the Cherry Tree.
What's the other ad we have to do?
8th grade me. Well, we're doing a Katie Tunstall ad, actually. She's releasing a new album.
Fuck you.
I'm just kidding. Pugna is our other sponsor. PVGNA. Pugna is an online, I don't know what that word was, online platform and community where high-skilled Dota 2 players and coaches create educational video guides on how to improve the game, learn new heroes, and help everybody climb up, get those badges. I've been so close to getting my 2nd star of Divine, but I keep getting like a couple games away and then losing. I think it was 1 game away at one point. And then that's when I lost 8 games in a row. So I'm getting up there again.
Yeah.
I was on a good winning streak.
I'll be joining you soon. My 800 pit, I've basically climbed out of it. So it's a couple more games.
I look forward to you suffering with me in the low divine area. The platform is totally ad-free, and each guide is divided into smaller, separate videos tackling specific hero concepts or mechanics. Each guide also has a Steam client guide to help you out if you to keep it fresh in your mind, basically. There's plenty of content for players of all skill levels, including if you're brand new to the game, if you're a moderate, mediocre player. I don't know. There's got to be a polite way to say that. If you are a experienced player, or if you are a super experienced player, you can learn something if you are really anybody.
Yeah.
You can try out Pugna's Pro subscription for totally free for 30 days with our promo code FOURTH, FOURTH. You can find them on their website, of course, pugna.com, PVGNA.com, or on Twitter at PugnaPVGNA. Thank you, Pugna, for your sponsorship.
Yeah,
so,
I saw Donnie at DC, and Donnie's a good guy.
I'm glad. Yeah. I've not seen him since Washington DC, since Seattle.
Yeah,
but
well, I saw him, so
I look forward to it. I hope you impressed him and said how much I missed being in DC. I don't know where I was going with that one.
Yeah, I actually made
nice.
sure I talked about you as little as possible to make it look like I was the most important person in the organization.
That's disappointing. But I'll take it. All right. Anyway, let's hop into a game, and I stopped myself from saying "shall we." I just want to point that out.
You're fucking great, obviously.
I'm so good.
Well,
Hopefully we're just as good in this game that we're about to play. So see everybody after the break.
Right, such is life.
Okay, here we go. Theorycraft Thursday, round 1. The stage of fate is set. Ready? Fight! Was there ever a doubt? Was there ever one? It was always in the bag.
Boy, glad we were on our team. All right, hello everybody, we're back. We have just completed our game, and we are refreshed and ready to finish our recording because we've barely stopped. This was a very quick game, and I would say maybe the ideal situation that this strat runs into, or rather the ideal outcome. It was definitely a win, obviously. But the game was 19 minutes long, and we just hit our like timings and just death pushed. They started feeding at like what 16 or 17 minutes, but it didn't really affect the game, honestly. Like they started feeding when we were death pushing.
The first feed occurred inside of our ball that was about to high ground. So,
the first feed was one of those feeds where you couldn't tell if the guy would just like was bad or if he was intentionally feeding, because we were taking
pretty much
like,
if you existed on the same screen as us, you were dead anyways. So it was like, he's there. Does he mean to be? Does it matter?
Yeah, it really didn't. So let's talk about team comps. Our team comp was pretty good. It had the thing Proud hates the most, but we'll get into that later. So their team comp, which everybody listening will realize is weird, they had a
that
safe
means
lane.
Bad, by the way. Weird means bad.
Yeah, weird as in terrible. They had a safe lane, dual lane of Juggernaut with Ogre Magi. They had a jungle, what's called Chen. They had an off lane Pudge. Was the Chen in the Pudge's lane a lot?
Yeah, they tried to do some aggro stuff early on with a creep or two.
Okay, so because they were 2-stack also, so maybe they had some gimmicky idea that clearly did not pan out. And then they had a mid lane Nyx, which I used to do, but I certainly don't do anymore.
Yeah, no, we don't. That's not really a strat.
Yeah, I mean, I might be tempted to do it sometimes, but even I don't do that anymore. So their team comp was not good by basically every measure of the word. Our team comp was an offlane Beastmaster, played by me, a mid lane Tinker.
It's already not starting out great.
Yeah, already weak. And then the mid lane Tinker, and our safe lane was a duo lane of Jakiro and Lycan. And then the thing Proud hates almost as much as Crystal Maiden, we had a roaming Mirana.
Yep.
Which was actually really good. At least when he was ganking my lane. Like, he hit arrows, we got kills.
Yeah,
I was getting kills of my own. Not to pamper myself too much, but he definitely
I don't know.
helped.
I feel like what if they were any other hero who landed a stun? Would it
that would have been a similar result with greater frequency.
Only they would have like been able to like just press a button and have the stun land instead of be a Mirana that's capable of missing an arrow on a roared target in the middle of a lane. With nothing around it.
They create more work for themselves, even if it has the same result in the end.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just had it easy.
Just, like, I'd rather you be Vengeful Spirit and try to roam with that. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start from the laning phase. Do you want to go first, or shall I?
You can.
Can I say shall I, by the way? Is that allowed?
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
I was, like, thinking of riffing on that, and I was like, no, I liked that. That was good.
I gotta establish parameters on my language.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, all right. So my lane, I did the pull thing, right, where you intercept the creep wave, and I pulled it. I was trying to pull it to in front of my tower, but I ended up just pulling it into the tower just for the sake of getting XP, because the Ogre Magi was actually super, super annoying to, like, be an offlaner against, because all he did was constantly throw ignites at me. And when I did that initial pull, thankfully I kind of kited him so that he couldn't hit me and get the Orb of Venom slow on me. Otherwise, it would have taken way more damage. Yeah. But by the time I got to my tower with the creeps, I had lost maybe like 250 health of my whole health pool of like 600 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and he could just stay there, and he can tank tower hits because he's got like 6 armor or whatever crap he has.
Right.
So it was really scary. And that kind of it put a lot of pressure on me, and it made laning a lot more difficult than I would have liked. But it did not. It only killed me once, and that was because they had their first Omni Slash, and that's just, you're gonna die to the first Omni Slash. That's just how it is.
Yeah, someone's got to take it. Might as well be you.
Yeah, unless you're like an offlane Timbersaw, you're gonna die. Like, and even then, you're probably still gonna die.
Yeah, even then, I'm gonna Omni Slash and then finish it with a spin, and your armor isn't gonna say shit about it.
Maybe Underlord could survive it because he's got like 1100 health, but
maybe a Beastmaster who has animals to summon.
Even then, though, like, they would have just died.
One less Omni Slash? Well, yeah, to an Omni Strike.
Also, I would have died to the running.
Okay.
I mean, to the spin. Regardless, it made my lane hard, but not impossible by any means. I had great XP. I had even when I wasn't farming, I had a good time in the sense of I was just basically free to exist and get XP. And XP is what's important at the end of the day. I got a couple kills by myself when I had my first ult, and of course, just usually. So the cooldown on axes is relatively short. It's like, let me pull up
7 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that.
I'm gonna say 8. Yeah, it's 8. So you can throw one, and then they think, oh, he's just harassing. Oh, he's just trying to get last hits. Then they come in for the next creep kill, and then you ult them. Then you almost immediately have another set of axes, and they have the bonus damage from the previous axes hitting. So it's an interesting way to like trick the enemy into killing themselves, basically.
Yeah. You want to know how the axes interact with their own damage bonus?
I'd love to.
The damage bonus applies before the axe hits, but one axe is going to hit before the other. So one of the axes is going to get 1 damage bonus, and the other axe is going to get both damage bonuses.
Huh.
And then, of course, they stack, of course, to the next set of axes you throw. It's going to be affected by 3 damage bonuses, and the next one's going to... and the other axe on the second set is going to be affected by 4 damage bonuses. Fun facts.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. How long does the bonus last? It feels like it lasts, 10, 15 seconds or something.
I think it is. I don't know. Let me mouse over this here Beastmaster character. It doesn't say.
It doesn't say. I'll test it. I'll test it right now. Anyway, I had a really good laning phase. I had let's see my timings.
10 seconds.
I had 10 seconds.
When you throw axes, it refreshes it, I think.
Oh, okay. So I had.
You should know that. Why don't you fucking know that?
That's because I'm not good at offlane. That's all right.
Is that I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
This this actually made me want to play Beastmaster offlane, because right now in pubs when I play offlane is the one thing where I just don't want to do it. Like if I'm playing 4, fine. If I'm playing 5, great. If I'm playing 1, great. If I'm playing 2, great. But if I play offlane, it's like I just don't want to play Dota. But after this game, I feel way more confident in my offlaning. Because Beastmaster is a comfort hero for me. And obviously this game didn't go to late game, but I have played a lot of...
refresh.
Yeah. But you have to hit them for the stacks to refresh, right?
Well, yeah, we only have to hit them with one of them. But yeah, they... Like when you get 6, it's a new duration of 6 that lasts 8 seconds. And then the next one, it's a new duration of 8 that lasts 10 seconds. Yeah, so it's not like in the middle of the duration of the second one, the first set is going to fall off.
That's cool. All right, that's handy.
So get Octarine and really just get that stuff mounting up.
Yeah, let's see, I want to just find my exact timings. So I had relatively good farm once. The Ogre Magi left for a bit. I honestly have no earthly idea where he went, but it allowed me to 1v1 the Jug. I killed Jug for a second time, and the Jug also was, like, he went Midas phase Battle Fury with a wand, so he's a lunatic.
Right, yeah. He had a lot of net worth, though. Let's recognize.
I opted not to go Soul Ring despite my love of Soul Ring, because at a certain point, I was getting so much farm that I figured if I stop off for Soul Ring, this is just unnecessary. I'd rather have my Necro 1 850 gold faster.
Do you think that it's worth skipping the Tranquil Boots to get the Soul Ring? Because it's like...
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of solves your HP regen issue. And, I mean, the move speed of Tranks is nice, don't get me wrong, my good friend. But
yeah,
I think if you did need the Soul Ring, I feel like you wouldn't need to finish the Tranks.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think that definitely would have been the play. You could also maybe even just keep your wand at a magic stick, and that would basically equal out like almost all the gold it takes to be a Soul Ring. I think that would be totally legit.
Too good. Never do that, because like you also want the HP regen to.
Yeah, but I mean you're getting so much HP regen from Soul Ring, and regardless, I think if you do go Soul Ring, you should skip Tranquils, or if you're having a really hard game, you can get both and then just farm the jungle forever. But if you're able to lane, you should either go Soul Ring and Brown Boots, or go Tranquil Boots and then just straight into your Necro book.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I had Necro 1 at 13, and then once we started deathballing, I had my Necro 3 at 17.25 with, of course, Magic Wand and Tranquils and a Stout Shield. And then I built an Armlet at 19 minutes because we were winning. And that's just what you do when you're winning.
Did you feel the attack speed like early on before, we were all like deathballing? Did you feel it?
Yeah. So in my second solo kill on Juggernaut, also actually in the first one, where we killed both of them because the Mirana showed up and killed the Ogre, I really felt it. Like I was just 1v1ing the Juggernaut and we were just punching each other and I was coming out ahead because I had so much more attack speed than him, even though he had a Midas. I really felt the attack speed. It was great.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Even just in trading, when we were in the creep wave fighting one another, it allowed me to get 2 hits off on him, and he would only get 1 off on me. And it allowed me to really I was gonna coin a proud term, but I won't use it. It allowed me to really leverage my strength.
What were you gonna say, bud?
You've used the term leverage your girth before, and somebody was talking about that in Discord. They were very proud, and I was like, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, well, see, that's not, you're not leveraging your girth there. That's definitely your strength, your power.
Oh, yeah. But it allowed me to be a really dominant force, and then once I had Necro 1, we took tier 1, and then
I got... That's the other thing, force to reckon with. You say that shit all the time now.
That's true. I do say it a lot. And then I had Necro 3 when we were Raxing. And it just felt real good. Like, we hit our tempo well as a team. We had a Jakiro on our team also, which fits our style really well. Yeah. I didn't even we made tons of space for our mid tinker also. Our team comp was a really good team comp. Granted, I would probably switch out the Mirana for something else.
Yeah, for really anything. But
except against the Chen. They had a Chen, so it's nice to have Mirana against Chen. But
that was the one thing is when they picked Chen, I was like, all right, Mirana's not the absolute most useless hero here now. Thank you for that, Chen.
Yeah. And I like Mirana as much as I don't really like roaming Mirana, but I'm just going to bias for the hero. I think she's very fun and good. She built an Orb of Venom at 14 minutes for some weird reason. But
maybe she wanted Scotty and also didn't really know anything, because if they knew anything, they wouldn't be roaming Mirana.
So that was basically my game. It was very fun. I would say the big thing that I gained from it is you have ridiculous kill potential when you're level 7 and you have ult with max axes. It feels absurdly strong, and I don't know what the exact burst damage would be math wise, but it is a ton, and you can kill most safe laners. And also the nice thing about wild axes is their physical damage, and they skip spell immunity. So like in one of our fights, the Juggernaut used spin, and my axes just don't care, and so I just punch him to death. Like everything I do goes through his magic immunity, so that was real handy.
Except for the damage on Primal Roar, but
whatever.
Just gotta.
So that's Beastmaster. I don't really have too much more to say about Beastmaster. It was just fun, good game, great cosmetics items too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good ones. I don't know what yours looks like, but I'm sure it's great.
Mine has a lot of particle effects, as you'd imagine.
Fucking surprise. So I played Lycan this game. That's my little opening, like it's a book report, and I tell you something you already know. And I like this Dota 2 hero. I don't really know, buddy. Well, we haven't talked about talent, so that's one thing. But I mean, basically the flow of this game was just... Actually, it was incredibly confusing. They had a Pudge offlane, and I think that he was hooking creeps into trees and then blocking them, because I came to lane and just one lone ranged creep walked out, and then it died immediately. And then there was just nothing else. And I was like, okay, he blocked really well, I guess. And then 2 melee creeps come out. I'm like, where's the fucking other? Where are they? What the fuck? And then 2 other melee creeps came out 15 seconds later. And then the other entire creep wave came out. I was like, how did this happen? How did these creeps get segmented like this? I honestly have no fucking idea. But they were just coming out one by one, and I'm sure the one in the back was like, no, wait, don't just go in one by one. You're all gonna die. And then he just waited for the next group of creeps. But that was super weird. Anyway, just focused on CS. You know how it is. Leveraged my power, not my girth necessarily. The summation of my girth and my damage, which is power. That's a conversion rate. You can there's a formula for it. But yeah, I just punch the shit out of whoever's in my lane, and then if they punch back, I eat a tango, and then I've got 40 HP regen. It's awesome. I got Howl level 1, and as soon as the Tinker was, starting to do his lane, I gave him that Howl. Always want your mid laner to be happy. I got, Pharaoh Impulse at 2, Pharaoh Impulse at 3, Wolves at 4. And the Wolves are good because you're against the Pudge, so every so often I would just summon them and bait out a hook and then block them. Or block the hook, rather.
Tricky. And that was, mad.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, there was several times when I'd be pushing the tower, and this was after I had my Dominator, and I'd have 2 little skeletons and a Dark Troll Summoner just all trailing me, and Pudge would just get mad and throw a hook and just get one of my little skeleton babies. It's what the fuck you gonna do? Get out of here. I got too many little friends.
Proud. What? Sidebar. Do you know Wild Axes stack infinitely?
Yes, I was in a lobby doing that myself.
I have 184 stacks on the Tusk Dummy right now. Each axe has 3,500 damage.
How much damage do you right-click for?
Do I right-click for? 86?
No, right-click.
Oh, no, I right-click for 1629.
That's a big number.
I forgot that it amps the damage from all your units and yourself.
Yeah, literally everything you do, not just the axes.
That's handy. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. So I just got I got a Dom. I was, killing their offlaner as much as I could, and I waited for the 10-minute timing when they got a catapult, and I did too. Ran up to their lane, stole their catapult, pulled it back, brought it in with my wave, and we pushed down their tower, and then I took it mid, and we pushed down that tower. And then I just, continued to jungle around where combat was happening, and anytime a kill was happening near me, I'd go wolf mode and then fucking ball out. One of the things I forgot to mention is that you don't get your talent at level 10, you get it at level 11. That way you can have your wolves maxed at 10 instead of 11. The wolf max is better than the 5 armor. And as far as talents go, which is natural transition, you get armor first. You get no armor for the rest of the game until you get an AC, and you have very minimal agi gain, unfortunately. And you don't buy any items that give you armor, so you get armor at level 10. After that, you get that cooldown reduction. You can get the HP regen if you want to. It's not bad, but the cooldown reduction is normally the thing to do. Level 20, you get that shapeshift duration because, fuck, you need it. And then at level 25, you get those 3 wolves summon, because on the surface, you're like, what the fuck? 3 wolves? They do nothing. I'm level 25. But just get them. It's really good. And they shred towers, and they kill creep waves on their own. You have 5 invisible units that can kill their enemy creeps. You just cut waves with them. It's wild good. And you can use
just
Howl,
sick
cut
them
2
on a
waves
curve.
at a time.
I mean, on a support.
Yeah, just put them all on a support. What are they going to do? It's when I'm playing Chaos Knight, I'll just send one of my 5 big, strong, horsey friends and just throw him on a Crystal Maiden. What's that Crystal Maiden going to do? She's weaker than my fucking entire illusion.
Crystal Maiden's the official punching bag of Theorycraft Thursday. Or rather, the official punching bag of Dota 2.
Well, there's Mirana, roaming Mirana also.
She's a secondary punching bag,
I feel bad because CM is so beloved and has been such an important hero for so long of many of our lives, but she's just not very good right now. Mm-hmm. It sucks. Who do we champion besides that? CM is a very approachable hero, and then the replacement is Shadow Shaman and Jakiro.
Yeah, but Jakiro's awesome.
I know they're awesome, but as far as it's intimidating. It's a dragon and it's got 2 whole heads and it looks fucking weird. And then there's Shadow Shaman, and you ever heard that guy talk? It's not I'm trying to think. Accessible. They're not accessible heroes like Crystal Maiden is.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean, buddy?
Any other Lycan stuff that any observations?
No, just hit that timing. What, Sam?
Well, I mean, we talked because this was a very good example game of how this strat should go. Right. In a situation where you end up going later, what changes about how you play Lycan and how you approach him?
Getting there.
Good. I'm prodding you to get there.
You hit that 10-minute timing, and then after that, you should have your Dom by then. Like I just have brown boots, and I'll get the headdress for my Helm of the Dominator from the base, and then I can get the Glove of Haste for it from the side shop and the Ring of Health from the secret shop. So you can pretty much finish it all there, and then you go for your Necro afterwards, and you buy, like a couple Sage's Mask from the base, get those sent out there to give you some mana regen. And then, you go around, farm, look for kills, scout with your wolves, or last hit in lane with your wolves, that sort of thing. And as you're going through, then try to take down their tier 2s. As far as fighting with Lycan, there's like a good amount of decision making in terms of what you want to micro. One of the main things is if you're starting to go on someone but they're beginning to juke, is you can just select Lycan and then just right click on the enemy and kind of take your hands off of Lycan, because your move speed is so great that even if you are taking the entire backswing and your attack speed is low enough that you're going to catch up with them and get your other swing off in time, and you don't really need to optimize it like you do if you're chasing someone on, say, like a Sven or something like that. You can just kind of leave him and he'll figure it out. And then you can micro your wolves and have them focus on either body blocking or, pretty much just body blocking or, running in front, hitting, doing all that business, or making sure Lycan doesn't trip over them and shit. Like there were a couple times where we were killing Pudge, and I would just micro my wolves to like block entryways to trees that he was trying to get in, and he just gives up and dies. That's kind of that as far as that's concerned. In terms of keybinds, this hero is actually super weird because nothing is really gonna save because you keep mind controlling different units, so you're never gonna be able to have your Necros, your wolves, and your creep on the same unit. Because in order to bind that, you have to summon your Necros, and typically people don't just summon their Necros to set their key bindings up. So I'd highly recommend just going into like a private lobby, enabling cheats, entering -gold 99999, and then just like going around and dash what the fuck as well. Just like mind control individual units, add them to your control group, and just kind of keep doing that.
That's not necessarily true. You can have, in the settings, there is a key binding for all units other than hero, and that includes everything.
Yeah, but that's different than what you want, because you also want a keybind that's Lycan plus all the units.
Yeah, there's also that. Like, I have my tilde selects everything under my control possible. 1 is just my hero. 2 is all units that are not my hero. And you can set those in control.
Okay, but what if you just want want to use control groups because you play more heroes than just Lycan?
No, I mean, but then you have control groups for all the other keys.
But that's not accessible at all.
That's accessible.
So if I'm playing Lone Druid and I get an illusion rune, my 2 is just no longer, my 2 isn't my bear anymore. It's just like my fucking weird ass illusions that are fucking everything up too.
I suppose. I mean, I just separate everything. Like 3 is always my illusions from an illusion rune,
right?
Or a Manta style.
So you're not using that keybind then?
No, I mean I use it separately. Like it depends on the situation. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying if it works differently than any other unit where you can just set up control groups and it's no big deal. Whereas this Dom shit is like, I wish my Dominator would just be classified as the same fucking unit. Like I don't need a different control group when I've got fucking. Well, if I have an ogre, I probably just want it following me. Anyway, it's probably good to set up some control groups on this guy in a private lobby so they'll be saved. So when you mind control something, you don't have to rebind it and shit, and you get all out of sorts and sad. As far as continuing later on into this game, kind of the main thing that you want to be doing is not really split pushing. It's more just like hanging out with your team or being kind of off on your own. And if you see a kill that you're able to get, you can kind of just take it, but the better thing to do is to just be peripherally around your team. Maybe have your wolves do some of the split pushing kind of stuff, just like eating waves or last hitting with them while you jungle.
And if your team sees someone, you can just kind of pretend you're Spectre, only instead of like haunt in and punch, you just kind of run close to the team fight, ulti, and then, you know, run in at a good point of insertion into that fight, and then get it going. But yeah, you don't really want to be starting out fights. Any fight that's like the way that you get to people is by running forward, and the way that they get away from you is by running away. And yeah, you can keep pace with them, but your team probably can't. So if you just start a fight by chasing someone, you're not going to get backed up and you're just going to fucking die. So kind of like wait for your team to do shit. And the cool thing about your cool mobility is that it lets you help your team from like anywhere, and then also chase people down after the fight. It's kind of like after a couple waves of spells have been dropped, then you'll find to chase people down. But in general, like, yeah, you don't want to start that fight with the Lycan. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So be wary of, you know, like you smell some butt and you're like, it's time to eat ass or whatever Lycan says. And then you just run up in there and then turns out your ass gets eaten and you're just like, don't like this.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
So on Beastmaster, ideally, this is how your game goes, right? But in the situation where this game goes longer, right? If they have some deep push, you know, let's say they have a Winter Wyvern and they hold you off for a while. When you're playing this hero in the mid game and a late game, ideally you have a team comp like ours where we actually, other than of course the Lycan and Beastmaster, Tinker is a super good hero to have with the Beastmaster on your team. Because not only can he TP, I mean, not only is Beastmaster a Tinker counter, so it eliminates the ability for them to pick a Tinker, to pick a Lycan. I mean, Jesus, to pick a Beastmaster.
Easy game.
But you can gank people, and Tinker can TP to your units, whether it's the Necro units or your like Boar or your what's it called, the Hawk thing. So that's a really handy thing where that allows you to get pickoffs on people you would not have been able to pick off otherwise. But in general, the mid game is where you're looking to get pickoffs on Beastmaster. You know, that's the point where you have Necro 3 and a Blink. And you blink, pick off somebody right away. You game on somebody, and then you push because they have 4 people and you have 5, ideally. And then in the late game, similarly, you're just ulting people. You're, again, like the way that I think about Dota, I make a list of saying, all right, this is my first priority to ult, this is my second priority to ult, this is my third priority to ult. And then you're looking to ult one of those people in these team fights, or again, go for the pickoffs. And then similarly, you know, you just get that, you win that fight, you get that pickoff, whatever, and then you take your tower. In this game, I would have gone Blink after my Necro 3, of course, because that's just your core setup of items, your key setup of items, I suppose. And then I would probably have gone Vlad's to synergize with you, just because we have so many adds between 2 Necro books, and then of course all your I was gonna say all your horses, all your wolves, and all my stuff. After that, though, I don't know. I don't really need a BKB in this game. I might go.
In general, do you like BKB on Beastmaster? Because I feel like it's a very good item.
I like it. I dislike having to build it, but it's an amazing item. And it's kind of like you've talked about this recently about how nobody expects a BKB on a hero that is not a safe laner or a mid.
Yeah.
Like they're like, what do you mean the offlane? Like I played against a Pangolier today that had a BKB. And I was like, what do you mean this Pangolier has a BKB? Like that was so unexpected, and it just won them like 2 fights in a row. So yeah, it's super good just through virtue of they can't possibly commit a third BKB piercing disable to you. I mean, to me as the Beastmaster. So yeah, I like that. Also like the stats he makes good use of.
And in terms of split pushing, like if you go in and start split pushing something and then people TP in, you can BKB TP out of almost anything, especially as a 3. So
yeah. And also, I mean, another possible item is Shadow Blade, of course. That's another pick-off item that that a lot of people go for. Personally, I don't. But if it's the call, you go for it. And Refresh Orb's nice as your super late game item because you want to have 2 ults for one person or 2 ults for 2 different people. Whatever. So yeah, that's basically Beastmaster. It's just a lot of early game. You push hard. If it doesn't work out, then you go for pickoffs, and then you're just basically an opportunist. And in team fights, you're just ulting whoever is the top priority.
Right.
Anything else? I mean, I'm pretty tapped.
Yeah, just as far as like Lycan's complete item build after you get, and I did go phase boots this game. I didn't really
feel it because we kind of just ended the game about after I finished Necro 3 and then I got Phase. I guess I got Necro 1, then Phase, but we had pretty much won by then. But yeah, so it's like you get a Quelling Blade, of course. It's like Quelling Blade and Wand, Boots, Helm of the Dominator, Necro 1, Phase, Necro 3. BKB after that, in most cases, maybe Pipe if you don't need BKB and you're just trying to end with Pipe. But if not, get the BKB. And then you get AC. And then you kind of take it from there. Basher is an option. And that way, when you're chasing people down, you can just kill them. MKB is always nice. Yeah, like Heart is obviously good. That way, also you can like walk out of a fight and then back in, in 2 seconds with your wolf form. It's very easy to just walk out of shit. Scotty can be nice too if you want. Really, just kind of take it, from there. Judge what you need. But
Scotty, that sounds great. I'm a Scotty fiend.
You snow people, oof, or slow. I said snow. Yeah, you slow people. It's nice. That's why
snow people.
Yeah, Abyssal also, good in addition to Basher. I was thinking, no, you can't go Abyssal on this character for some fucking reason, but no, you can. Yeah. Yeah, in general, it's not really good to go like AC then Abyssal because that's just kind of low damage. It's just a lot of like attack speed and then nothing. I guess you get some damage from the strength because you got that modifier going in there. Maybe that would be okay. Anyway, that's between you and your doctor. Nullifier is actually really good on Lycan. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool.
I really do like the Nullifier.
Some people build Nullifier on Beastmaster also, I was seeing.
Yeah, that makes some amount of sense. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool. So you can watch the VODs for this game. So my VOD is on youtube.com/fourthspirit. We are transitioning gradually to our YouTube channel. So Proud's VOD is there.
Upload to our YouTube channel.
Okay, fine. I'll upload there.
I just don't see a reason not to.
Maybe both. A lot of people use the old YouTube channel, but the problem with the old YouTube channel is that we don't have full control of it. So because it's tied to all the old
but I'm saying
stuff.
If we're migrating, why don't you just start? Because I feel like this won't piss anyone off. It'll just make them do it. Because
I guess. Anyway,
oh no, wait. What about all those people who watch the VOD or listen to it and then stop to watch the game and this warning only is at the end?
Yeah, sure. That's whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, look out for that. If you listen to the shows on YouTube, know that in the next week or so, we're going to be putting them on our YouTube channel instead of the old one. Yeah. So they'll be everywhere. I'll put up a video on the YouTube channel and whatnot. So we'll figure it out. We're all adults here, hopefully. The other plugs that we have, let's see. On Twitter, I'm at Ursinity. Proud is at ProDota. Our show is at Fourth Spirit. You can go to our website, fourthspirit.com, if you want to listen to the shows there. You can find our Discord, discord.gg/fourth, FOURTH. Our sponsor for today were Pugna and Unicorn. Our Pugna promo code is fourth, and we don't have a Unicorn promo code, but that just makes it easier for you, I suppose, kind of listener. Anything else? Probably not. I don't know. Who knows? Let's end, shall we, Proud? God, oh my God! Right
I thought that was on purpose. You should have just owned that one. No, it wasn't
on purpose. It sounds like it's on purpose, but it's really not. Oh
yeah,
my God.
Well, I think, of course, it's been long enough at the end of the day that we should just end it. Such is life. You can't just always be a force to be reckoned with.
Our last plug is Patreon. If you'd like to pay for me to get speech lessons, please donate to us on Patreon, patreon.com/fourthspirit. Thank you, everybody.
Lessons, you would be a real force to be reckoned with. You would fix all of your core weaknesses.
Thanks for listening.
And, that's of course something that we should be doing.